Okay, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Sometimes I worry that, like, one of these days I'm just gonna start the stream on the wrong day and be like, well, I'm here. I'm here. That's all. Isn't that all that matters? Or whatever. I want to stick to strictly to a schedule so that you guys can be here too. You guys know when to be here. Yeah, that's me. Always on time to everything. Hey, no. What's up? What's up? A little loud. There we go. It's a little loud for me. Sure, not for you. Yeah. I'm going to a Mahjong tournament this weekend. So won't be able to stream on Saturday this week, but I will hopefully be able to, like, you know, play some cool Mahjong and, you know, maybe do some other stuff. It's gonna be the Philly Open, so it's been a while since I've been in Philadelphia. Maybe I'll like I don't know. Maybe I have some friends I could like hit up or something. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've like would like talk to those people though. I'm not like the best at like keeping up with old friends. I do try a little bit here and there, but yeah, I could try a little harder. Anyway, yeah, so that's gonna happen. Hopefully I'll be able to like come back and like bring back some cool stories and or other stuff, maybe some clips. For now though, yeah, we're okay. We're doing okay. That last stream was really tough. It's Thursday in Europe. Oh yeah, my bad. I keep forgetting time zones exist. Well, I finished the event though, just in time. Wednesday, Thursday, wherever you are. Happy day. Hope y'all doing alright. Hello, everyone. Phantom. The Waves. Non7S. Nanao. Hello, Iota. Anyone else I just missed? Valdrag, Darkslayer, what's up? Right off the bat, difficult decision. It's not that difficult. We're not gonna con. What's up? Fishing work, hello. Yeah, so I know the elections like in America like happened bunch, but I'm not going to discuss that because it's just like my prerogative not to discuss politics. You're free to discuss that elsewhere. I'm sure there's a lot of people want to discuss about that stuff. Just yeah. I don't really have anything substantial to comment on anyway. 7 pairs is a possibility here. Could have pawned for I guess like a toy, I guess, all triples. But the 3 and 5 and 6 pin 6-0 would have been like really awkward. Missed the cheat toy there, but I'd rather keep the acceptance of the 1 and the 4-so, so I'm okay with that. That is a really nice tile for cheat toy if I want to keep it. I'll discard it. And it's fine. I just want Tenpai. Just want Tenpai this time. And then I could really just hardcore go into just a regular hand. I don't think I will. I don't think I could discard the 2-so to increase my acceptance of the 2-pin, but Alright, now this is interesting. We'll take the pawn now for Tenpai. This Tenpai is Ipeiko, pure double sequence, waiting on the 4-pin. It's not so bad, but it's not that interesting either. When we're one tile away from Yakuman Tenpai, or I could pawn into Toy Toy Tenpai, which is better. If I pawn into Toy Toy, then if I draw it, I also get Sananko for a Mangan. So I'll take that, I think. Well, I guess I could just reach you also. Hey Beef, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for the raid. Rainbow Straits raid. Thanks for Cup Roxanne as well. Let's see you. Yeah, hold on. Let me focus on this and then I'll... 4-pin is Nakasuji. Well, we're not gonna fold this one anymore. Well, you know, knowing my luck, if this is how we're gonna start the stream, I'm not gonna complain, but yeah, wasn't also gonna expect anything from that. Skip Ron Shirley? Nah, I'll still take the Mangan to Hanuman. Oh well, next time. Don't worry, guys. One day I'll have a Yakuman on stream. Still haven't gotten one, but you know, there's a first time for everything, right? Just gotta keep your eyes open, eyes peeled, whatever. Something like that. Anyway, yeah. Welcome, Raiders. Hello. If you don't know me by now, I'm Roxar. I play Mahjong sometimes on Saturdays and Wednesdays and stuff. So I'm gonna be going to a Mahjong tournament again this weekend. That'll be fun. We might like first time like traveling, quote unquote. Like out, like just it's still like mostly in the same region, but like usually I just like take, you know, one train to go to the nearest Mahjong tournament in New York, so I'm stepping a little bit outside my comfort zone. I remember when I was in school, when I was in college, like I was part of the Smash Club, and everyone around me, I was like at some point probably the best player in the club, at least like in terms of the person that could easily or most easily beat everyone else. I was the most consistent at doing that. I consistently beat everyone else in the club at some point. But I also never traveled. Like outside my school, like barely, to like go to any tournaments. So they just treated me. They just treated me like a fraud. Like I was just. I never, you know, went out there to challenge myself, and never like actually went out to like, you know, the broader communities and like different schools and stuff. I just stayed a big fish in the tiny pond, because I was just like too lazy to actually go out, and also too nervous, I guess, and also you know, busy, whatever. I couldn't be bothered to actually go out. Go outside. You have to drag me out. Anyway. What is happening over here? Free to say yo, SSK. Yeah, this is an SSK. Sanshoku Dojun, 123, 123, 123. Rainbow Straits. Because Beef McMean is in the chat. Pretty good Yaku. Much more realistic to get than that Yakuman, you know. Because I could win this one on Ron. Oof. Okay, it was safe though. Ron? Speaking of winning on Ron, we got Nura. Richi-san Shoku Ura? Okay. Not so bad, not so bad. Well, it was an easy Sanshoku to get. We like barely had any other possibilities for like sequences anywhere. Surprised the Tuso came out though. It wasn't Suji or anything. It was just a push. Unless he had nothing else. One mod here. Yeah. I just got back also from cooking dinner. I haven't cooked dinner in a while. My shoulder's a little bit sore from like stirring up the fried rice so much. Yeah, I need to like learn how to like do the like the what do you call it? Like the saute, like you know, you flip the rice in the toss. Yeah. I need to learn how to do that. That'll probably be like easier on my hands, on my arms, my shoulders than constantly stirring, and like the rice is like really, you know, hard and stuff. It's like leftover rice. It's like, you know, have to like get it unstuck to each other. Ugh. Telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Maybe I should straighten out a little bit. There we go. Hey, Duelian. Anyone else? Brian, Cookies and Cream, Doodoo Bangs. What's up? Anyone else? Retreating Hairline. Saw you. And Demons. Forgot about you. What's this gonna be though? The worst Richinomi you've ever seen. 2 Dora Soba tiles. Dora Soba meaning next to the Dora. We're not gonna take that. I'm okay with this pawn though, actually. It's just like, I'm okay with this, because like I can also like fold a dangerous tile if I draw something stupid. Even if it's still a Wanhan, I don't like waste as much. I can change my weight as well. I have a lot more flexibility. I can also win on the Yaka. So yeah, I'd much rather like take the open win then. On this channel through the Yusong rabbit hole, your videos are great. Thank you. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah. If anyone out there is looking for a good tutorial to share with your friends, I made one recently. You could check it out. Yeah, here's the link in the chat, also in the description on the YouTube. Pretty cool. I hope it did well enough for Yostar. Hope they did. Hope they like it. I hope that it would have done better, but I'm not gonna harp too much about it. Reach. We're the dealers, so we don't care as much. And this is also a very early reach on a good weight. We'll take it. Satsuna58, thank you for following the channel. Appreciate it. Twitch. Does your tutorial include a reading of the K-Cab Constitution? What? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. That's just flying over my head right now. Yeah, Beef and I, like, we talk on like very different wavelengths, and it's always like, it's always comedy. It's always comedy between us, but never like, you know, it's very dissonant comedy. The upside down face, yeah, that describes our vibe very well. Did not give you a copy? No. What is going on? What are you guys talking about? I'm just gonna ignore you. I'm gonna talk about something else, like getting hydrated. Well, you know. You got me there? Oh. Nice roll. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I need to get off my lazy ass too. I've been I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I've been taking my vacation a little bit too seriously after that video. I need to like start working again. Well, I did like also catch up on like all the what was it? Recommendation letters and stuff from my old students. It's nice to have caught up on that for the most part. But yeah, it's time for me to like actually do stuff. Like yeah. But then I'm going to a Mahjong tournament, so not after after that. After the tournament. Then I'll finally do something. And then I'm gonna go to like, I don't know, another Mahjong party or something. And then it's never gonna end. It's always gonna be something else. Ugh. What is this? 7-pin? I guess I'll take it. Another chance for a Ryanmen. I desperately need another Ryanmen right now. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, so I have said that I've been watching, or like I did watch like a bunch of like Among Us videos again. And I think that's probably came out because like it was probably Fire Emblem Shadows that like gave me Among Us in my feed. Fire Emblem Shadows, you remember that game? The Fire Emblem social deduction game? Yeah, so that got me into the Among Us rabbit hole, I guess. I've been watching a bunch of that. Pawn, take this 3-sided weight. Also on the Dora. And I could get a red 5, maybe, for extra value. Okay, never mind. It's in the Dora indicator. I'm bad. Anyway, yeah, so... yeah, if I've been watching, like, some, like, Among Us stuff here and there. And then that eventually led me to watch, like, Death Note Killer Within. You guys remember that game? Remember the Death Note Among Us game? I didn't realize that, like, there were like, actual YouTubers that, like, made content for that game, too. Like, it has, like, a kind of, like, small, community of players. It's really cool. Yeah. That game is really cool. It was hilariously great and awful. Yeah, so... I haven't played it. And to be honest, I don't think I want to play it. I don't think I actually want to play it. But it is really fun to watch. Like, I don't think I really enjoy social deduction games. Because I think I like the deduction part, but I don't like the social part. Like, I don't actually like talking to people. You know, and arguing over people, and then, and like having to deal with like, emotions and stuff. Like, that could be annoying, So I would rather watch someone else do that, and I could be like, in the back, like, I wonder who Kira is. Yeah. But that game is pretty cool. Like, I think, like, that game is, like, too complicated for its own good, to the point where, like, it's going to be, like, really difficult to enjoy it if you don't already know how to play it. But, like, watching people that actually know how to play the game and, like, do their stuff and, like, make deductions is, like, actually pretty rad. The game, I think, is more sound competitively than Among Us, to me. Since Among Us has the problem where, like the crewmates can just, like, slowly do their tasks, like, all in a group together, and there's, like, not really much that the imposters can do to stop that if the crewmates are just all willing to take all the fun out of the game. So, assuming that they don't do that, then, yeah, like, imposters can, like, like, pick off people and stuff, and, like, that's cool. And, but if that never happens, if they never get that chance, it's just, like, really lame. But Death Note Among Us has it has a progress bar, a task progress bar for both the imposters and for the crewmates essentially. So like they both can force the other team to move when they have the advantage. So like that alone just makes it like a lot more interesting, I think, competitively. So yeah, that's a cool game. I'm gonna like probably keep watching some more of that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling daring, I'll give it a shot. I probably shouldn't have cut the Tuso though. Probably should have like cut something from here. Oh well. Have you ever just played like Town of Salem? Yeah, I played Town of Salem like once or twice with some friends. It was fun. I don't think I like that one either. I mean, like the little bit of Among Us I played, I think I like that better than Town of Salem, because like Town of Salem is like all like social, you know? It's like Among Us, there's like a little bit of like a mini game of like, you know, just like moving around and yeah, I mean like I don't think I want to risk cutting the Dora here. We'll do it this way, I guess. Hopefully I get a pair. I need a pair anyway, so 4-mon might not deal in. 6-mon might not deal in either, since they both didn't get cheat. So, okay, yeah, there it is. See, this is kind of like a Novaton weight, where I could pair up the 6s or the 9s, and then the 8 connects with the other one. So this time, since I have a pair of 6s, the 8's gonna connect with the 9. Yeah. But like, I don't know, to me, like, this social part is just so tiring. And I guess that, like, checks out with my overall personality. Like, I do find also social interaction really tiring. Because I'm always trying to think about, like, what's the best thing to say in this situation. I don't want to, like, look like an asshole or whatever. Okay, the 9-mon wasn't pawned. It might be safe to cut the... But at the same time, I feel like it could still deal into a flush. Like, all these pieces, it could deal into a flush, so I'm not sure. 7-mon? 7-mon? Okay, I think we're just gonna fold now. 7-mon, then 8-mon. Okay, that makes me more... That makes me more thinking that, they're not waiting on the 6 and 9, but I can't be too sure still. Yeah, see, I'm doing all the deductions, like, on my own, like, playing Mahjong. This is more my element. No. Crunching the numbers. Anyway. Nice. Sun Menshan. 3-sided weight. Pinfu. 1-mon was Itsu. The full straight. Pure straight. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Like, the one time I played Among Us, though, like, the last time I remember playing Among Us, double none, double south here, was I played Among Us with my sister, and like her friends, and I feel like I'm pretty good at the game. I feel like after like a little bit of practice, I like understood the game. Like, that was like my second or third time playing it, but I watched like some other people play it, so I had like a good idea of like what to do. I remember like someone died. Like, the first game I played with my sister, someone died. And then my sister started to say something during the meeting, and she was like, just like, oh yeah, I was here and I did this, and then, you know, and then she was about to say, like, you know, the rest of her story. But like, she said she only did like one thing, like one task, and like there were like multiple minutes before someone died and went to the meeting. So when she said that, I'm like, well, what'd you do before that? Just like I immediately cut her off and said, what'd you do before that? Because like, it doesn't make any sense if that's the only thing she did. So So I just like cut her off and asked her that, and then she just completely folded under pressure. She's just like, I don't know, and I'm like, okay, then die. And I just voted her. I just voted her immediately. I didn't even listen to her story. And yeah, she got voted out. Yeah, I could be like brutal when it comes to that kind of stuff. She didn't even kill the guy, by the way. She didn't even like, she wasn't the murderer. But she was an imposter. Yeah, it was like, well, I mean, you know, if you're going to have a story like that, at least remember what you did. Like, you know, whether you're an imposter or not, you should remember what you did like a few minutes ago. Idiot. Yeah, anyway. So that was the last time I played Among Us. That was fun. It was fun, but also really tiring. I was just like, reminded me to play again. I just like, yeah, I'm just like, I need to be in a mood for this. Because like, you know, it just like takes so much out of me to like think through all this stuff like logically, and then like come up with an argument that'll convince everyone, and then like, you know, think of like from the other players' perspectives and stuff, especially when I'm imposter and stuff, like, you know, thinking of like a story that everyone can believe, like a cover story, you know, and like when to make claims and stuff or accusations. It's so taxing, you know. It's crazy. So I admire the people that could actually play those games and do them well. That's just not me. Unless we're talking about like very specific circumstances. I just can't do it for long periods of time anyway. Yeah. Anyway, Among Us is cool, I guess. Hey, Eggers man, what's up? What's up? And let's see. I do remember, like, hold on. So Doodoo Mangs, I did see your question, by the way. I just didn't answer it because I wanted to finish my Among Us stuff. Be talking about Among Us, but let's see. If I'm something of a beginner, adept at Mahjong Souls, should I focus on East or South games? You should focus on whatever you want. I don't think it matters if you're in Silver. By the time you get to Gold, you should definitely practice more South games, since that's going to be more of the standard for Mahjong players moving forward. So yeah, you should think to play more more South games when you get to like Gold rooms. But if you want to start now, there's nothing stopping you. It's just you learn different skills. Like, you know, I say this a lot. I think it like deserves its own video at some point. But yeah, there are different skills that are emphasized when you play a South game versus an East game. And like the skills that you can learn like in East games are still valid. It's just not the whole game. You know, that's not everything you need to know in order to be a great Mahjong player. So if you want to be more well-rounded, you should be playing both. Or at least be playing more South, because South games still like the the skills that you learn playing in East only games still transfer over to South games, but the opposite isn't as true. Because it's mostly because what is this? 3 pairs. I have to get rid of Anaka. I think we're gonna keep that. It's 4 pairs. Toy could be an interesting way to do this hand. But yeah, so it's mainly because like when you're playing an East only game, one hand could be 25% of the game, or about 20% more or less. Pawn. I guess at this point, I don't need the 5. Maybe, I don't know. It's not really worth going for Toy Toy unless I just, like, get a pair right now and pull them. But yeah, like, so at some point, like, you know, winning, like, a hand in an East-only game, like, when you first start in East 1, if you're not the dealer, winning progresses the game by, you know, 25%. That's also still true in a South game. In the South round, you know, once you get past the East round, you go into a phase of the game where now every win is 25% or more of the rest of the game. So there, you know, you still have to incorporate all the skills of, like, you know, winning fast hands and, like, being good at point calculation that are, like, useful in an East-only game. But in a South game. But also South games had the East round of a South game, the beginning of the game, where one win is only 12.5%, you know, or lower of the entire game. And in those, you know, you have to play very differently. You're not rewarded as much for just, like, winning, like, the cheapest possible hand just to progress the game. Not as much. It could still be something. It could be correct in the right situations, but it opens up the play, you know, more play for, like, playing for slower hands, more value and stuff. Playing for bigger hands becomes more important the more rounds there are. So yeah, so you should just play. You should just play whatever. I don't think it matters too much if you're starting out. But yeah, South games have more skills that you have to be good at. And East-only games have a very concentrated set of skills that you need to be good at. That's not to say that they aren't important, though. They are very important. Mm-hmm. I was waiting to be expert to start playing Hanshan, but Silver took its toll on my sanity that I'm playing Hanshan now. I mean, yeah, if you prefer playing Hanshan, if you prefer playing a South game, go ahead. I started playing South games it might have been like when I like got into gold I started playing South games, or it might have been like as I was just about to get into gold. Either or. But I do remember like how different it felt. Like because I really min-maxed my strategy for East-only games. I was playing like so fast, you know. Like I didn't know or care about value at all. I went for like any hand I possibly could see, and I was like, you know, in part rewarded for that. You know, that's a lot of beginner playstyles. But yeah, that playstyle doesn't really hold up in a South game. So I played a lot of South games because I realized that like I just like lacked skills. I lacked like Mahjong skills that I wanted because I wanted to be more well-rounded. And that's kind of like when I play like games, I'm usually that kind of guy that like tries. I try different things. I'm not gonna say I try everything, but I try to be more well-rounded. I try not to be like too hyper-specific in like what I'm doing. Hey, Wicked West Books, thank you for the Prime subscription, 3 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support you guys been showing me. But yeah, I think that's like how I like to enjoy games nowadays. Because in my mind it's like okay, well, I guess in my mind I think like, oh, if I'm really good at this game and I want to be good at the game usually when I play it, that like I should learn all these different things. I should be good at all these different skills. And like, you know, that's just the way I try. I'm gonna cut the 1 pin. I'm gonna cut the 1 pin rather than the red. I'm not really sure which one's safer in this case, actually. worked out, I guess. Ishanten for Pinfu if I get the 8 mon. I'm not gonna get it though. At this point? Okay, I'll play it safe. I could do 2-mon Suji. 2-mon Suji looks like really safe, actually. And like, I'm gonna be like waiting on this Kanchan here. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna be waiting on this 8-mon Kanchan. That's not very reliable. So yeah, I'm like like nowadays, like I like when I play like fighting games and stuff, I think I prefer playing Shoto. Ooh, the Shoto style of character, where like, you know, they're very like basic and well-rounded, and like they could have like a fireball and all that stuff. I think we're going for Tanyo. I don't think going for Tanyo is faster than going for the 7 pairs. All right, that could have been it. That could have been it. You know, to be fair. But I'm also Ishanten for. Wait, am I Ishanten? No, I'm Ryanshanten. 2 away from Senpai, right? Yeah, it's fine. G-Toy is a trap. Good night, Copper. Copper Roxanne. Let's see. What was I saying though? Yeah. So we're not gonna pull, and I still want a high value hand if possible. Yeah. So in my head, like I want to be like adaptable. I want to be like. I think that's really cool. You know. Like the kind of player that could like adapt to any kind of situation, you know. That's the kind of player that I want to be. So, I try to be that when I'm playing games and stuff. It's like that's just, you know, if I could achieve that, then it feels really good. Yeah, so same way in Mahjong, I guess. Like I could like be on any kind of extreme while I'm playing. Like I have definitely like different like phases where I play like one style more another, but there's never like something. I don't think there's like or that many things really. There's not going to be that many things that are like I need to play this way or I'm not going to be enjoying Mahjong. You know. Like there's not really a whole lot of like I must Richi every hand, or I must go for a Honitsu half flush if I have like this tile and that tile. Like I don't feel that way this Senpai. You know, so I'm like willing to like change the way I think about a game in order to like be better at it. It's like, I'm willing to be wrong about like how I should play a game, and then adopt a new way of playing the game. You know. By the way, I think at some point I probably should have just like went harder for a cheat toy or something. I think I went a little bit too hard on this Tanya. Now it's a chi here. It's a chi, and I'm up against the dealer. For a 7 pin, that's 1 chance. I have 1 Dora. This is not a great situation, but I'll chi. Okay. He had the 6. Luckily, it wasn't that big of a hit for me. Didn't have any Dora. Didn't really have to fight that one. I wonder, yeah. Probably Monka would be like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Yeah, I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong on stuff like that. I think like, you know, I noticed like the way other people talk about things, the way other people talk about like their decisions and their thoughts and all these different things. You know, the way they play a game, a video game, like this thing that just doesn't matter. They don't, you know, they're not like as, I don't know, willing to adapt as I am, I guess. I feel like just like in hearing people talk and like, you know, about these things, that I feel like I'm an outlier in that respect. I don't think I'm a huge outlier. Because there's lots of things I'm just not willing to do that I understand are, you know, if I was like really want to like be the best at something or like, you know, min-max my my skill or whatever to enjoyment, then I would definitely like, you know, do certain things, you know. I'd play less, I'd study more, things like that. I'd come up with like my own like training sorts of things. But like especially like, you know, like I remember one of my friends like saying, you know, like his interpretation of like a fighting game is that like you have like one guy who does their thing, and then you have another guy who does their thing, essentially, you know, and then you see whose is better, you know, whose style is better. I mean, sure, there definitely is that, you know, in a game, in an asymmetric game, you know, it doesn't have to be a fighting game, just any game with like, you know, two different characters that do different things, or like two different players that do different things. But also fighting games are rock, paper, scissors. And I am going to cut this one. Yeah, I think this 7889 could still be useful to me. Yes, it is, RP. Yes, it is. Fighting games are also rock, paper, scissors. And so, you know, your thing could be I throw a lot of scissors. And my thing could be I throw a lot of rock. Well, I don't think... And then it's just like, huh. I'm going to be beating you most of the time. I wonder how that is. And then... and then the other guy's just like, your character is overpowered, or your strategy is like unfun to fight against. Well, yeah, because you're only doing one thing, and your thing loses to mine. Of course, you're not gonna have any fun. Maybe the game isn't just about doing one thing. Yeah. I guess I'll chi. I don't mind this chi. Get it to senpai. I'm gonna be very quick to fold though. 8-so here. Attack beat throw beats guard beats attack. Well, also like there's also like attacking really fast will lose to just like someone holding block, you know. I guess I'll do this. Like fast attacks will lose to patience and blocking, and then but then moving forward and like being like extra risky and aggressive against someone will beat someone being passive, will beat someone just like sitting there. Like if they're just not going to do anything, like, okay, you don't actually have to attack them. You could just run up to them and like take as much advantage as possible of you being up close and like, you know, throwing them or something, I guess. Yeah. But then like, you know, someone like running up at you, well, they're not defending themselves if they're doing that. So you could attack them. You know. So like there's also like and you can like categorize these in like just like whole play styles of people that just like are too defensive, too like aggressive, or like and then like too like what's the word? Maybe like too proactive. Maybe I'm gonna have to like I would have to like sleep on like who is who there. But I'm sure you get what I mean. Like the people who press the button versus person who presses forward versus person who presses back. Yeah. I guess I'll throw this. Oh man. But yeah. So like, you know, the existence of a playstyle in it of itself may just be limiting, you know? You might think like, oh yeah, I play this way. This is how I like to play. But you know, you could be doing other stuff. And like that could make you stronger. Well, I'm still gonna push a little bit at least. It's kind of sad that we're in this situation where I'm like facing a Mongon here, but I am the dealer and I'm one away from Tenpai. The 3-mon is 3-mon is good. I don't think this is a Honitsu. I don't think this is a flush. Yeah, Tuso comes out late. It's definitely not a flush. I'm gonna cut this 3-pin. Be fine. We'll be fine. Outside of corner loops, it's not really that RPS most of the time. Well, another way to think of rock, paper, scissors is to think that just like stuff has counters. You know, that like if you have a move, i.e. paper, there is a scissors that will beat that. And then there, you know, and then there's like a rock that will beat the counter to your counter, etc., etc. Like, you know, like the most straightforward version of that in a fighting game is attack versus throw versus block, but or like, you know, other versions of that, but that's not the only RPS I'm talking about. In fact, that's not the RPS that I'm talking about at all. But I guess, like, you know, your playstyle could be, I only throw. I literally only throw. I literally only walk up and throw you. But I'm talking a little bit more broader than that. But people will still say that, like because, you know, because you play so defensively, it's not very fun to play against. Meanwhile, person who plays against the defensive player never actually does the things or tries to do the things that would beat a defensive player. Like their playstyle just loses to a defensive player, so of course you're not going to enjoy it. But I think it's really fun to like play against a defensive player because I enjoy doing the things that beat a defensive player, and I like, you know, seeing that win. That's more the thing I'm talking about. You know, or like the guy who just like completely folds to like some guy throwing a projectile, you know, has no idea, absolutely no idea how to get around that. I guess that's like, that could be a different kind of thing. It's more of like a different skill. 4-7? This is a really bad weight. Okay, so we're gonna be in Damaten for a bit. There might be a chance I can get like an Ipeko or something upgrade. And then also there's a very small chance I can get Itsu if you're straight, but most 2-2s are gone anyway. I'm only a defensive player because I'm a big noob. So, you know, you're saying that, Sumo. So you're saying that, but I think like you're like touching upon like a pretty good point in this, like, you know, this discussion that I'm having with pretty much by myself here. Is like I think like a lot of people not liking how people play is them just not understanding that there is that they could just do a rock to beat their scissors, you know? That they just don't know how to play any way else. And so it's not like they're making a conscious decision to play the way they're doing. They're just playing the way that they think, you know, should be played. They're playing in a way, the only way that they would, you know, approach a game for the first time or whatever. Which is just to mash buttons on the controller usually or whatever. Or maybe it's to hold block a lot. Or to, like, you know, throw a projectile a lot. They're not thinking of, like, all the different ways that all the other ways they could be playing the game. That could beat other options, you know, that could beat, like, other different kinds of players, yeah. Boom. Just got in, like, 2 minutes ago, so we missed most of it. Well, yeah. Very lucky of you that you brought up a really, really interesting point. Yeah, don't worry about it. Thank you. But yeah. I played with lots of people, like different skill levels and stuff, and like, you know, all sorts of games. So I know the process of, like, you know, going from knowing nothing to knowing something. Hold on. I'm gonna do it this way. But I think I could have also done it this way, but no. This is fine. If I chi this 6 or 9, I can switch to a better way that also includes the Dora. Is there any other way I could do that? I mean, I could chi a 2 or 5 and switch to 5/8 weight, I guess. That's, like, not as good, though. I mean, the 4-pin I just win. If I chi the 3, that's nothing. Oh. That's perfect. There it is. There it is, man. What skill level are you? In fighting games? I don't usually say I'm like good at a lot of things. I don't usually say that, like, you know, I'm pretty good at stuff, or like that's like the most I'll say usually, like I'm pretty good at something. But I'm pretty good at fighting games. I'm pretty good at fighting games, if you could trust me on that. Well, you know, to say that I could have been this or that is a little weird, because I'm not that. And, like, you know, there's all sorts of, like, circumstances and, like, personality and, like, work ethic has to line up for, like, something like that to be possible. But it's definitely, you know, within the ballpark that I could have been, like, you know, a professional fighting game player if everything lined up for me. It didn't. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I was on the level of, like, the you know, some of the best players in North America at some point, but only for, like, a very brief period of time. And, like, I'm not sure exactly if I could have actually kept that up if I actually went the distance, but it was the game I'm talking about is Blaze Blue. And also, like, it helps that, like, there weren't actually that many people playing Blaze Blue when I played it. But there was a time when I could have went serious in that game. I was just like too young and too poor, and like I didn't have the kind of drive, I guess, to push past all those things for the sake of something that I felt like I probably wasn't going to be doing in the next, like, 10 years anyway. You know? I had other dreams. Anyway, hey Travis, can you tell me more about the rank system in this game? What are the benefits of the different rooms? So, you have the different ranks go from beginner or like novice. It starts at novice, yeah, and then adept, and then expert. These roughly correspond to like bronze, silver, and gold. Like every room has 2 ranks that you could play in, like a lower rank and high rank. So, I could cheat here. I think I will. Oh, someone wants the pawn? Okay, guess not. But yeah, there's always a room you could play that where like you're the higher rank and you're the lower rank. So in bronze, like it's novice players and depth players playing that one. And then if you go to expert, then you could play in gold rooms. And they're just like, they give you more points if you win in the higher rank rooms. And also, the higher rank you are, the more points you lose when you get 4th. And especially like, if you're a high ranked player in a lower ranked room and you lose, you get a 4th, you're losing a lot of points. So that's to like try to encourage you to play in more higher ranked rooms if you're a higher ranked player. So you shouldn't be playing in silver room games if you're an expert ranked player, in theory, but in actuality, that's probably the easiest way for you to rank up, is just to play in lower ranked rooms. Yeah. The room you lose in doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, that's what I actually like when I was like saying that, just like something felt off there. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah. You should if you're serious about leveling up, you should actually just play in lower ranked rooms. I think that's not very fun, and I think that will also stagnate your growth as a Mahjong player. You should play in higher ranked rooms more often than not, if not all the time. So I would advocate for your, for the sake of your growth as a player, you should play in higher ranked rooms. Whenever you have the opportunity. I've seen some Saint ranks rank up in gold only. That takes a long ass time too. That's like dedication in a way. Cut this 9, I guess. Yeah, fighting games. Yeah, fighting games. Yeah. We're fighting game players in the Mahjong community. I mean, I was watching. If you haven't seen or heard, right now there's the what's it called right now? The Box Jam or whatever, the Say Jam Slam, but for 2xKO, where it's like a streamer tournament where you have like beginner streamers at the game and then also like veteran fighting game streamers playing on a team with each other. There's like so there's like 5 different players on each team and they're all like 5 different skill levels. I should push. I'm gonna push the 8. Yeah, that's a cool tournament. Look at. Okay. Alright, good one. Let's still get 3rd. Yeah, see? If I let him win, then he would just get 2nd or 1st, I guess, no matter what. So might as well push and try to win that myself. But yeah, so like there's the 2xKO streamer tournament going on. So you get to see like a lot of different skill levels. So a lot of cool streamers are playing that. It's a really fun watch. And then also it's duos. So like 2xKO, you could play 2 players on one team. And they're both controlling like 1 character each. And otherwise it is like a 2v2 tag game. So like you can like make like really coordinated plays. Like you have to be like really coordinated with your partner. Like you control like half the options that you have. It's really cool. It's really cool to see that because like you know like anytime they do like a team combo or whatever, you know that they had to be on comms to like to coordinate that. like that, like practice like a combo that they do. It's super super cool. Yeah, highly recommend checking that out. 2x scale, like 2x scale, is just shaping up to be like the game that I was hoping it would be. Yeah, where it's a game that is like has like a different kind of appeal. Pawn. Yeah, this is a Mongon. 3-side wave versus a Mongon. I'm gonna take the dealer Mongon. Sorry, guys. I guess there's still a chance to kill on the Akka, but nah. Yeah. Brian F. Watcher. Yeah, Brian F. is cool. Let's see. Where could we end the 8? Nah, it's the Mongon, bro. Let's get the Mongon. Maybe if I get the red 5, I don't know. If I get the red 5 and trade this, it'll be a 310 Sanmenshan, 310 3-side weight. Maybe that'll be better. Yeah. Brian F is cool. I think I watched a lot of Diaphone because he just plays the games that I like to play, I guess. Well, he plays like everything. But I was watching him a lot when I was really into Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I was watching a bunch of Diaphone. I'm thinking, isn't he in the Sage Aim Slam right now? Isn't he in the tournament? Does he have a team? I forget. I'm not watching that closely. I just wanted to see if Lily Pichu can clutch it out as Teemo in the tournament. Yeah. Yeah, she's been indoctrinated into the FGC. She's been playing a lot of fighting games ever since the first Sage Jam Slam she got into. It's like really cool to see that, you know, firsthand. Like the journey from some person like taking up you know, a game up to them becoming like a regular in community. That is really cool. Let's see. SK was in the tournament, yeah. SK's on one of the teams. Hey, retreating hairline. The only thing I don't like about FGC streams is that one tournament happens and every content creator is watching it for the next few days. Is that the case? Sumo. Nice. This is really nice, really nice. I guess if there's like if it's like a big tournament, like if it's like Combo Breaker or something. I mean, if it's Evo, then yeah, like, you know, that's just what you would expect. But I can get it if it's like a little too tiring. If you follow too many people, you're looking for other stuff. And especially if you're on like the pro side of the fighting game content creators, like the ones that actually like are like go to tournaments and follow tournaments and stuff, then yeah, I can imagine. I think there are other kinds of fighting game content creators and stuff, but like those are, you're gonna have to look for those yourself. Oh, what do I want to do here? Probably just gonna be, I mean, I don't need the flush. This is actually just fine value. If I get double East, green, red 5, that's already a Mongon. So I actually don't need the flush at all. It's just I do need to connect with the red 5 if I want to get that 4th on. But maybe there's a chance I could still get it. Then that'll be even more value. So I mean, I do need a pair anyway to like unlock this double East Yaku. Prevalent win and Seed win. 2 Han. Green's another Han. That's 3. Red 5 is 4, but I need to incorporate this. Or I get another red 5. That's also fine. I'll prioritize Tenpai, especially if that happens. The red 5 is safe against this, so I don't need to go for this flash. 6-pin is Nakasuji. It's inside Suji list. 3 and 9 on the other sides, but we'll take Tenpai and go for the 5-8 weight. If I get the red 5-pin, it's still like a Mangan-ish. Yeah, it'd be a Hanuman if I got Honitsu. It's fine. Sumo. Winning as the dealer against the Richi is more important here, especially since I'm already in the lead. A Mangan is still pretty good. It's not technically a Mangan. I didn't get the red 5 either. It's 3 Han only. But it still had Mangan potential. And I'm glad I kept... I like the way I played that hand. I don't think I'd play it any other way right now. Because I still kept the potential for the half flush, the Honitsu, as long as possible without me being unreasonable about it. Like at any time, if I connected with the 5, you know, I could have like switched to a half flush, but I'd still have the option for a fast hand if I needed it, and I needed it in that situation. 9-mon. I need a pair. I do need a pair. And I kind of already have all my sequences anyway, so... I'll keep the 9-mon. Touche TX, hello, hello. Do I just reach you this? Sure, why not? Scare him with a dealer Richi. Maybe I'll get lucky with a 9-mon sumo again. You watch M League or is it way out of your time zone? Yeah, yeah, I don't watch M League. I don't think it's like... I don't think I can watch it, yeah. The time zone and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to discuss like other ways so I could watch it. if I wasn't like up at night. I'd love to like... Okay, so, I mean, if anyone else is watching M League, by the way... Like, I'm just gonna say that that's a hole. That's like a niche in the Mahjong YouTube sphere that, like, someone can fill, like, right now. Especially since, like, the season, right, just, like, started. I can't do that, because, like, I'm not watching M League. But I'm just gonna say... Someone could watch M League right now and be making videos about it. That's just not going to be me, though. But I would love that person to exist. You know, nudge, nudge. If anyone's out there. You know, if that's not you either, don't force yourself. Almost a quarter of the way through the season now? Dang, really? Time flies. Started watching this year, pretty fun so far. Yeah. I did see there was like, you know, at least one Yakuman already. That's pretty cool. Watch every match, but I don't think you can restream it. Yeah, huh. That makes it trouble. Don't know where to watch M League. There is this, So basically you can like go on like the television networks like website and watch it online. Yeah, Abema. So you could go on that website when M League actually airs and you can watch it on a stream. I don't know when that happens. Or you could also pay a premium to like be able to see to be able to see like VODs and stuff. But otherwise, if you don't catch it live, you're not gonna catch it. Although I will say, well, even if like, you know, current season and stuff, you like there's you could also just talk about M League in general, because I would really like to know more about M League and more about like Japanese professionals. And there's definitely a lot of like, I know there's a lot of people out there that are qualified to talk about it and like make videos about it. And I'm just not one of those people, but I would like to see what they have. Let's try and go for a Tanya. I can get rid of this 997. It doesn't really matter to me. Keep the north or white. That would be better. Even now, I feel like I'd rather cut the 9. Just because, like, winning this with, like, a Shan pawn, like, 4-6 mon, with no Yaku otherwise, without Richi, it's just not interesting enough for me. But now we're getting to... I'll cut the green here. Still keep the 6, 6, 8, and 3 just in case I can build off them. This north is pretty much my safe tile. Okay, now it's looking like this is going to be 3, 4 mon, and then around the 3, so that'll be my last set. I'm trying to be as light as possible here. But, someone might like call Richi, and then I'm actually like, I'm going to be in a tough position. If it's not Toyman. Toyman I can easily cut into. A cross player. Let's spread out a little bit. I need another block. Unless I build around the white, that could also be my block. My last block. Otherwise I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one could be a 5th. Or this one could be my 5th. Yeah. I'm not like so interested in a pro Mahjong that I would like look into it myself. It's more just like a passing curiosity at this point. Okay, there it is. There's my 5th block. I actually got it. Now we could cheat into 5 or 8 pin 10 by. 5 or 8 pin. Sure. Wasn't expecting the game to be that kind to me. Don't want to hint at anyone that I could have the con. How long do you usually dare to hold Yaku Idora? It depends on the rest of my hand. If the rest of your hand is bad, then you should keep it forever, you know? Because you're only helping other people win with a bigger hand if you throw it out. Like, if you're planning on folding anyway, if you weren't planning on winning anyway, you shouldn't throw the Dora for any reason. Right? But if you have a good hand, if you have a hand that's likely to win, that's like reasonably fast, and also has like a lot of value without a Dora, like if it's like, you know, Tanya, Pinfu, Richi, Sanshoku, if you have that stuff, you know, then yeah, you throw it as soon as possible, like maybe like turn 7 or so. You shouldn't hold it no longer than that, but you could throw it earlier. You probably should throw it earlier in that case. It depends on how good your hand is, though. So you gotta get your own feeling for it. And also, you know, depending on like how the points are. Some point situations, it'll make more sense for you to hold it. Like, for example, if you're in like last place, you should probably hold on to the Dora as long as it makes sense for you to like help you. Because you could always draw the pair or the triplet, just like I did, and then get a big hand. That could be your way into the comeback. But if you're not like wanting for points, you know, it kind of depends. If it's more contentious, like you could just throw out the door and be like, okay, well, if you get it, you get it, right? But I'm gonna win. I'm gonna try and win with my hand. In my position, I'm so far ahead that like it kind of doesn't matter, but like maybe 10,000 points ago, I don't want to give people a Mangan for no reason, so I'm gonna hold it pretty much unless I have Tenpai. Because the only way someone's gonna get a Mangan, pretty much, is if I throw it and then someone pawns or wins off of it. So I don't want that to happen, so I shouldn't throw it. You know? This feels like hot potato so often. Yeah, so you have to be okay with like it's okay to hold on to it forever. It's okay to fold with it. Not like literally like, you know, folding by discarding it. I'd be like folding it with it in your hand. It's okay to do that. And then it's okay to like wait for the pair up. But it's also okay, like, you know, if you plan on winning, if winning is what you need to do, then you should discard it as soon as it stops being useful to you. It's just like any other tile. You know, unless yeah. So it just depends. You know. I'm gonna this is weird. I don't need Sanshoku, so I'll just throw this. What's this guy going for? Is this going for Pinsu? Okay, well I need to cut Pinsu anyway, so here you go. Two-pin is unlikely to deal into anything crazy. But I'm okay with this guy winning since it'll just progress the game. Not so much that I would want to deal in though. Especially since I already have my own hand that I can win with myself. Like all Mahjong, it depends, yeah. Ooh, okay. I think more what I'm getting at is like, you know, you just gotta have a plan that makes sense for the situation. And like a Yakuhai Dora tile is big enough that you should be worried. You should be thinking about it, you know? You should be thinking about whether it's okay for me to discard, you know? And it's okay for that decision to be difficult. Huh. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna cut it. Oh, really? Toy Toy? Toy Toy 5-mon? Jeez. Alright, that's unfortunate. I guess I could have also cut 2-mon, but then I wouldn't have a Yaku. So I think I'm just okay with that push. I'm not even in second right now. It's unfortunate still though. I'll cut 2-pin. So in this game you'd only not want to deal into the dealer? Yeah. But I also don't want the dealer to win. Just in general. So, I felt like I did what I did. You know, I did what I had to like keep the pressure on them. Didn't work out. I don't know. Maybe I could look back to see if like there was a sign where like a 5-mon could be more obvious. East. Okay, now it's looking like this could be Toy Toy, Chi Toy. All triples or 7 pairs. Could also just be a normal hand. Something like that. But I'm not actually going to keep the 4-mon. I'd rather keep the 1-mon and it's Suji. And then also I could cut it like pretty safely into mostly everyone. So for 7 pairs, it's better. Now it's looking more like I'm probably just gonna go for a normal hand. Look at the white. Keep the ones cut green instead. Pawn. And then let's try and get this Tanya, quote unquote. Hate it when you get 4 pairs. Always choose wrong between 7 pairs and all trips. Yeah. I'm gonna cut the 7. 2 6s. I don't think I need a... I don't think the 7's gonna contribute that much. I like it. It's fun. Oh, by the way, sorry, hey Chrono. I was like distracted by all the tiles. Yeah. Games have been going like whatever. It's kind of a wash. 7 mon? There's also if I get a 2-so or 5-so, I could actually go into Tanya for real. Just get rid of the East. I'd be wondering if anyone else is waiting on it though. Toy again. Who's got the toy? This game. That's pretty big though. Pretty big for me. Making up for my loss there. You know, and the good hands, the flow just doesn't stop. I think we're doing all right. We're doing all right, man. Every game in M League at least has more than 1 million views on it. That's crazy. I just saw that comment. Touche. I'm glad to know that Mahjong is doing really well, and the professional Mahjong is doing so well in guess I'll do this. In Japan. It's looking up for things in the world. That just means like the Mahjong, online Mahjong clients and stuff have all the more reason to be invested in and like, you know, continue to live and thrive. Because there's just gonna be that like continuous base of Mahjong players, even if it's only in Japan. But I imagine like, you know, they'll still like spread around the world on some level. Yeah. And on the topic of 7 pairs versus triples. Yeah. I mean, I've like went back and forth on like which one I like more. I think like even like 2 years ago or like a year ago maybe, I would have told you Chi-Toy 7 pairs was the one I preferred over Toy all triples. But now it's like kind of more the opposite. I'll go for a Chi-Toy, a 7 pairs hand. Mostly just in the absence of other options. Oh god. I can't think of anything. I'm not creative enough. Can't think of any other move there. Maybe a Forso. But Forso deals into the Dora Ryanmen. The 1-4 wait. Okay, sure. What other move was good there? I don't know. I don't think I had like any other good move. Tuso, so like because like Tuso, the Suji, my only Suji tile was next to Dora also. I mean, I asked Monka about like a very similar situation. And Monka actually opted to fold with a tile that I just wasn't expecting. So now I'm like, I want to like look at those situations, like the Ipatsu turn when I draw like a suspicious tile. Though I was in Tenpai, I was Ishan 10 before. But still, I want to like keep those in mind because I want to like be open to other possibilities that I'm just not seeing. Yeah, so maybe I'll like look at that one. East 4, right? Yeah, maybe. I think right now, I feel like when my pushes are good, they're good. I feel like I'm not overfolding. I feel like I might be... 3 Dora. I think we just send it. I think I might be like over pushing a little bit. But it's just in those situations where like either I have like a really tragic hand that I'm not really sure what to do with because like it just doesn't have any potential. Or like in those situations where like I make like some call to get into Tenpai or something like that. I feel like that was a good situation to do it in. I don't feel like it was like unreasonable in that case. But I have made like worse pushes. Yeah, worse pushes, worse calls. Want to make sure I work on that. We're okay with this? That's a weird one. Being okay with a pawn, just a single pawn in this stage of the game, when you're this far behind, is a little bit weird. Try for Naimon. I guess it could be a flush. It's not impossible. If you squint really hard, it totally can be. Now it's not really looking like a flush anymore. I have 2 already on men. I'm not going to give up 2 already on men. 2 two-sided weights. Cut the 1 mon now. I have 2 pair potential. I'm probably gonna make another sequence around here. Split up the 4-5 and 4-5-5-5-6 to a 4 and 5 and 5 and 6. Or split up this into 3-4-5-5 or 3-5-4-5. Like so. Okay, so either of those places I can get my next sets, or I could go Doratanki for another Mangan. Neko Gangs, thank you for following the channel, by the way, on Twitch. Appreciate it. Hello, hello. But yeah, so this is a case where I'll keep holding on to this. This isn't a Yakuhai, but it is like, okay. This is a Dora tile. A Dora honor tile. That's like going to be like pretty awkward to like cut into a Rishi. But at that point of in the hand, it was still helping me. It was still like legitimately my best weight for a pair. Besides having the 2-5 pin, but I could have both. But now this 6 just makes the weight a little bit too strong because I can wait now on a 3 or 6 or a 2 or 5 and then cut the 6. Also 4 and 7, which leaves me with a pair weight, but it's also there. So there's just too many possibilities now that are good for me to hold on to this east. For me to hold on to any honor tile for a pair. If that makes sense. So I could cheat here. I could cheat here, but I don't feel like I need to. I feel like I could just make this guy win. I don't want to like mess with last place Rishi. I could actually get 4th, depending on what his hand is. So let's not find out. Even this 8 mon I feel like is usually pretty safe. But I could still deal into the Shanpon, the triplet. That's still possible. So I'm going to take every precaution here. I'm just not interested enough in this win. And then hopefully I won't be punished by lacking safe tiles, but I still have 2 more. 3 mon. That Richi stick is so amazing. The firecracker? Yeah. That's a good one. Okay, now I have to think. No, I don't. 4-pin? 4-pin's still available. 7-pin is Suji. I'm okay with that, Suji. 8 so Suji. And then, well, not anymore. It's Genbutsu. Purely safe. Cut that one. North is still dangerous. Look, North can deal into like really weird hands that are also really high value. Oh wait, never mind. It's a hell weight. Could this be cheat toy? 7 pairs? It could be. It could actually be 7 pairs. Gotta make a decision. Well, even if it is, what's the chance it's waiting on a North? Fuck it. 7-pin is next. We'll do 7-pin. Okay, Kabe on one side. 8-pin is not discarded, though. I think it's... Please don't deal in. Damn it. That's all I got. I mean, otherwise it was the 3-pin. But I really didn't want to deal into the dealer. I mean, to the Richi. So this isn't so bad. Alright. I think it's fine. Seeing some people with the cat tiles, I'm so sad and jealous. Oh, the tile face? I'm not a huge fan of the other tile faces because it just makes the tiles a little bit harder to read for me. I prefer the classic look. In fact, the tile backs I also prefer mostly just being orange. But sometimes I'll mix it up like here. They are nice. If I wasn't streaming, I'd probably use them more often. But I think I prefer the consistency and readability of the of just having the default tiles. Yeah, that was like I guess that was like the main reason I don't actually do that. I don't actually like put on like different tile faces. I mean, sometimes occasionally I'll use like stream footage for like a video. So it is nice to have that nice and consistent. What is this hand, by the way? Is it just like really close to Senpai? Let's try and be a little bit cautious. Do you have tutorials on your channel? My tutorials are all over the place right now. So I have like basically 2 videos that are like beginner, like completely beginner oriented. I kept the red. could be Tenpai. Yeah, I only have 2 like beginner like oriented videos. And then I have like some videos that are more like a lot more advanced than that. Like more like you're in gold to jade room already. So I don't really have like a lot of in between. I'll work on it, but yeah, there's other YouTubers you can look at if you're looking for if you need something more specific to your skill range. I don't know what this 4-so is about. 7-pin is no go. Let's cut 8-so. 8-so, 7-so, and then maybe 9-sos might be safe. How's this guy doing? Okay. I'm okay with that. Still, well, not so happy for our 4th place guy over here, but everyone else is in a tight race. 2nd place would be okay. I prefer not to get 2nd place again. I'm hoping I can fix that. Workday, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Sure. I'll cut the 1 here, and I'll try to just go for Tanyo. All simples here. So, by the way, if you have a 5, 6, 7, 7, you have this shape. It's called the Arianmen shape. I could also pawn. Yeah, I'll pawn. But if you had this shape and you want to make this into sequences, you could chi a 6. Like, for example, I could chi it like right now, even to like trade this 6-8 pin for Ryanmen. Because if I chi a 6, then these go away and I'm left with a 6-7 in my hand. Haha. A 6-7 waiting on a 5 or 8. That's only in the case I chi the middle tile. If I cheat anything else, I'm not gonna have that. Like, I'll either have the Kanchan, the 5-7 Kanchan, or I'll have a pair. I guess I could cheat a 7. Yeah, I could cheat a 7. But... or pawn a 7. I could pawn a 7. That's what it is. But then it's not really a Redonman. Because most of the 7s are in my hand. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's pay attention here. Cut the 1-sos, then 3-pin. Ooh. Definitely want to keep that. This is my best weight by far. As long as I keep chi the 5 or 7, then I'll be in a good shape here. Chi the 2. Get a 2, 4, or 5, so wait. Is that an 8-so Dajashi? I forget. Oh well. That's probably important. I probably should have paid attention. 6-pin. Doesn't need another 6-pin. East this late means there's probably Tenpai or really close to Tenpai, like has a complex shape left. We'll chi this. And then I don't want to cut a 4 because I think 4 could still be dangerous. So I'm going to cut the 8 instead. The 6 is probably not going to be dangerous since it didn't get cheat or anything. And it's also Tsuji if they had the Nobutan weight. If they're weighing on a pair, they couldn't chi. They would still win on the 3, but they can't win on the 3. So it's probably not the 6-pin. But other than that, I'm kind of... well, I don't really have any great options for folding. 2-so Dora, okay. Oh, no. You kidding me? Because he could easily have another Dora here. He didn't want... Alright. If he had another Dora, he'd be in Fruity 10. Unless he's switching his weight from 2-3 to 3-5. The 3-5 so Kanchan waiting on the 4. That's the only... And it has to be the Aka, it has to be the red 5. It's too slim. And then we're gonna fold. This could deal into someone else though, it sucks. Six mon. Oh, please deal in. Oh no! I don't think the 4-pin is that safe. Is it? Doesn't look like it. 7? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do the 3 mon. I'm not gonna do the 3 mon. 3 mon, sorry. 3 mon's too dangerous. Even in this case. Where it's like, but he cut the 2 mon. Why would he cut the 2 mon be waiting on the 3 mon? But why would he have the 2 mon in the first place? You know, and this guy is like so far behind, you have to like put him on like a weird hand. You have to put him on like those weird triplet hands, you know, Suanko. You couldn't just have a Yakuman and then have like Baimon Tenpai on Ron. Yes, he could be on those weird hands. And it's like weird that like he kept like a lower Monsu for that long. Alright, right. Well, I'm glad I got through that. I'm also glad the Forso passed. It ended up being the right decision in hindsight. And not because like it passed, because like I felt like, yeah, now that I think about it, it's just not that likely. It's just not like that likely that they would have it. But you know, in those situations when I'm not sure, I think I'd rather just deal in and find out. I'd rather just fuck around and find out and be like, oh, that's what it was, you know? Then just never know. I think like long term, that's like more helpful for me. But of course, like, you know, at some point I gotta pull back. You know, at some point I gotta like actually like do the best play I think I can. Tanya, having this double Kanchan is just sad. Hello everyone. Anyway. Did he pass on Ryamen just now? Oh yeah, he could have had Ipeko-ish. I think? I don't know, that kind of depends on the rest of his hand. I don't remember. Who's that? Elisa? Hello? Elisa4869, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, raiders. How you doing? We're playing Mahjong? I like Mahjong too. I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now playing Mahjong. Want some Mahjong content, Mahjong shorts, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. Mm-hmm. How y'all doing? Yeah. Like, so... there are times when, like... Huh? 1 pin? Okay. There are times, like, when someone's, like, so far behind. You have to, like, be sus about non-Ryanmen. Because Ryanmen tends to be, like, less valuable, you know? Like, Pinfu is not that valuable. It's just 1 Han, you know, in comparison to, like, Sanako or something, or Chitoi 7 pairs. Saman. Sanako is 3 concealed triplets, by the way. Also, thanks, Valderic, for giving the shout out. Appreciate it. That's a first. First, second, and third today. Not too bad. Good luck going into the tournament on over the weekend. I feel good, I feel good. One more. I don't know how much I'm gonna do. Maybe this will be my last game. Having good though. Having some fun. Saint soon. Well, you know, soon with asterisk on it, maybe. I feel like I'm on an upward trajectory. I mean, I say this a lot because I'm constantly improving, but I feel like I'm playing the best Mahjong I've been playing, you know, in a long time. Maybe ever. That said, there was like a period of my playing Mahjong. I think specifically before I streamed, where I was like on a pretty fast upward trajectory, and then it stopped. Probably because I started streaming. Yeah. Chat is well behaved enough that I can't use my hammer, so might as well use shoutouts while you focus on games. Yeah. Wait, you're mod? I completely forgot I modded you. I'm like, yeah, I should probably mod Valdric. Just like, he's always right with the shoutout. Like, oh yeah, you're already a mod. When did that happen? I don't even remember. Let's go to the east. I think I'd rather have the west for Pinfu. Good luck in the games. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you're about to leave, that's okay. Otherwise, you could stay and talk about, like, I don't know, we were playing Mahjong, what are you doing? Or... I love Mahjong. We'll cheat this. I think we're cheating this. No, we're not going to cheat that. I think we're good. We have so much potential in this hand, do you see? What a coincidence. You also like Mahjong? That's crazy. I'm glad to see all the Mahjong lovers come out. Mahjong enjoyers. 9-pin. Can always count on Mahjong enjoyers. Play 3 Jade Hanshots. Okay. Hope they went well. They're doing all right over here. First place, second place, third place. I even like dealt into like a dealer manga, and I was still okay. Okay, so definitely we're gonna cut this 6-pin, right? So I feel like it would be too much to try and transition out of this, having this 4-6. For something that might not even be Pinfu. And some LP? Nice. That's a good feeling. See, I just like came back from like an awful last stream, like last Saturday, where I just had like some of the most baffling luck I've ever experienced. Yeah. Like I had a Yakuman. I had a Yakuman Tenpai for Suanko. That was also Yakuman via Ron because it was Kazuha Yakuman. Because it was like Menhon and like a bunch of Dora. And that lost to a Tanyo. And then like a couple hands later, that same person got a Yakuman and got first. Like, well, I just couldn't do anything. So, you know, it'll be my day once sometime. Maybe not today, though. Okay, so if we get the West soon, I could believe this could be a Yakuman also. It's just like, if I get the West, I'm probably gonna have to... Yeah, I have to cut the 9s. Or the 4, 5, 6. That'd be hilarious. If I cut the 4, 5, 6. But yeah, well... I mean... Probably just not gonna go for the Yakuman, though. This is already a Mangan. Pretty... You know, Mangan's pretty good. It's getting late. The West is, like, super thin. I don't think I need this. Oh, crap. I just, like, fat-fingered the plus button. That was the wrong situation. Avert your eyes. 5 pin. Yeah, one of these days I'll have that animated or something. I'll have an anime like, you know, like a critical hit animation from Fire Emblem or something. Alright, I cannot go for this Yakuman, I'm sorry. This Yakuman is not calling for me right now. I just need a win. I just need a win. And maybe I'll take the Nobaton if I take it. There's a sign you had to commit. No, it's only a sign if I want it to be a sign. Dreamon. That's such a dirty way too. North is okay. Oh, wrong. In a tricky situation there. Either you fold when you're in the dealer's seat or you deal into a Mangan. Nice. We all know what the sensible situation was. Deal into the Mangan, of course. Give all your points to the streamer. Huh. Okay. Sure. Interesting. We'll keep the 3-sub because it's next to the Dora. I mean, at this point, I'm so close. I guess I'll... Like, this is a really nice shape for a Honitsu. Because pretty much any tile, actually any Pinsu tile is going to be helpful. Like, any Pinsu tile is going to connect because I literally cover the entire number line. So, I feel pretty confident that this can win. Monafitsu is sure as a start. Yep. Pure straight. I'm going to cut the dealer. I mean, not the dealer, the Dora. I'm gonna cut the Dora. Why only Mr. Streamer gets these hands? I don't know. Why do I never get a Yakuman? Some things you just, you know, some things you just can't answer. Cut down the dealer. Yeah. No, wait, I'm the dealer. Don't do that. Well, I tried. I guess I'll be safe. I'm still pretty far. 3 away? No, this is 2 away. Right? No, I think it's still 3 away. I don't know. Wait. 1, 2... No, I think it was 2 away. It's just it would probably involve me getting a triplet somewhere. Nice Hanuman. Anyway. My hand was pretty cool. Pretty cool. We go from that to maybe one of the worst hands you've ever seen. It's not actually that bad. It's 3 pairs, so I'm probably going to try and make this into 7 pairs somehow. I'm not really going to bother with the Penchant. At the very least, the 1 pin has already been cut, so I'd rather have pairs elsewhere if I'm going to go for a pairs hand, or I'm just going to go for the longest Tanyan transition you've ever seen. Which I've also done before, and I have won with, so. Konnichiwa. Hello. Let's see. Umiko? Umiko? Hello. East here. すみません。私の日本語は下手くそですから難しいです。What's going on here? Yeah, it's just fold, right? Oh, 7 pin. Vitality. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. 見てくれてありがとう。なのに。Thanks for watching. Let's see. Let's go 7-pin 7-pin. Yeah. 7-pin 7-pin I think is good. Cheapin. So now that a Japanese person is in the chat, I have to like adjust my pronunciation to be more Japanese. More Japanese friendly. Ooh. Nice. Alright, what's this hand gonna look like now? What's it gonna give me? Not too bad. This one. Can make a sequence over here, maybe? 2 sequences over here. Okay, that's pretty nice. Where's the drawer? The drawer is 9 so. I was planning on keeping the 7 so anyway, since it's already a pretty good tile. Now, thanks Elisa and Ura Fruitcake, by the way, for following the channel on Twitch. Appreciate it. Wait, Doggo, you okay? Monstro? Alright, he's back, guys. He's back. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'll live dangerously for a little bit. I feel like I need to get a hand. It will really suck if this guy gets Tenpai, the dealer. Got a 2-pin. Probably not going to be in Tenpai for a while. Now it's Kutsuki Shanten. Around Siki Shanten around the 7 so or the 3-pin. The 7 so is also connected to the Dora, so I'd rather use that. And if you were wondering, that was the reason why I kept this 4, 5, 5, 6 with an 8. The only reason the 8 could be helpful is if you need a pair. If you need a pair and you can get a pair by getting the 7 in between and then turning the 5, 5 in the middle into your pair. So usually the 8 mon is superfluous, but in that situation, you keep it. What country are you from? America. Yeah, I'm from the United States of America. Yeah, I live around the New York area. Yeah. There's a lot of people who play Mahjong in New York. New York, a lot of Mahjong players. Takusan janshi aru yo. New York ni. It's a lot of fun. 2-pin, 5-pin. Maybe come out now. The 2-pin, 5-pin looks really good. But they might just all be folding and holding on to it. And so, unfortunate. Yeah, so by the way, I think I have permission going to a tournament in Philadelphia. I think I have permission to like actually record my games this time. So maybe I'll put that in the video. I'll put that in the video or something. You know, in a year or so. In a year or so I'll have the video ready for that. Of me playing Mahjong in person. I've noticed though in my like trying to record my own games that it's pretty hard to get the angle just right, because like if I don't like stand like perfectly still, the angle is gonna change. So I need to have like a pretty wide camera angle. I have like the camera attached to my chest, like pointing down to the Mahjong tiles. And it's like really hard to like have that nice and centered on the Mahjong tiles all the time. I do my best though. I'm gonna try and like make it happen. It'll be so cool if I can make that video at some point. Otherwise, Oh yeah, anyone? We still playing Umumusme? You guys still playing Umumusme? I know there's like at least a couple people in the Discord who's playing Umumusme. If you've been wanting to play Umumusme and or like played it at some point and want to like come back to it, there's like going to be like a huge update in like a week for Umumusme. It's like gonna basically change the game. Like they're updating, they're like buffing a lot of characters. They're like new choices, new events. Like there's gonna be like a new scenario soon. Like that isn't just like the URA finale of like you know, the director Akikawa, the director with a cat, Lollibaba. Like trying to get everyone to like enter her derby. It's gonna be different somehow. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool, so I'm definitely gonna be playing a little bit more Umumusme. I don't know if I'll stream it. I don't know. I've had the opportunity to like maybe stream it. But I also feel like it's just the game I think I like playing on my own, by my lonesome. It's tough being a Super Creek main, alright? You know? I don't want to feel that embarrassed, but like I did like bring Umumusme to a family, you know, to the dining table with my family. I was playing Umumusme. I was like doing my like CM runs. But then when I saw like my horse actually won, Super Creek actually won, I had to pick up my phone. I didn't want to have my parents like look at it. Look at her like just like walking at you like seductively and like swinging her things. Yeah. It's tough out here. It's tough out here for us Goo Goo Babies mains. But yeah. She's just sweetheart, alright? That's why I want her to win the Leo Cup. I want her to win the PvP tournament right now. Is that what the game is about? What? No. No. Umumusme is fun. Umumusme wa tanoshii. Tanoshii desu. It's not supposed to be. It's not a Gunner game, all right? It's not completely a Gunner game. Just like if you play Mahjong Soul, you're fine. It's just like sometimes the creators get carried away. Are you practicing English? Are you practicing English, Umiko? Let's see. This one. 英語練習します。しますか？Well. Gotta do it. Mahjong is fun. Indeed. Yes, Mahjong. It's so much fun. I wish I played earlier. I only found Mahjong a few years ago. Corona no toki. Guess we have to do it? 5-pin, 6-pin, or 2-pin, 2-pin? I think we do this. We go. In the middle of practicing English. That's good. That's good. Toいうか 3 years, like a few years ago, I tried studying Japanese by myself around the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. コロナの時。日本語の練習しました。半年間かな For about half a year I studied Japanese. 仕事ないですから because I had no job. I was unemployed at the time. I had plenty of time to learn Japanese. I don't know how to say, or I guess あの時に私の頭めっちゃ痛い痛いです。日本語勉強後 really hurt. It really hurt my brain. Like trying to learn Japanese is so difficult. One man. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, 日本語難しい。9-pin. 8-pin here. Hey Trevor, what's up? What's up?日本が難しいのに頭が立っちゃった。難しいのにじゃないかじゃない難しいから頭いったっちゃったoh god. How am I gonna do this? It's because Mahjong was difficult. That my brain hurts so much. I want to be able to speak English. That's good. Work hard. Work hard. Keep practicing.
No.
Ooh. I'm sure you'll learn. Alright, should be kind of there. Yeah. I know Japanese. Haha, gotcha. I should be the sensei here. Nihongo sensei. Let's see, 9-pin. Okay. Yeah, when I was like studying Japanese, 私の日本語の勉強の時に、I I watched a lot of like Japanese streamers, like VTubers and stuff, and especially a mahjong streamers, because I like mahjong anyway. I like mahjong anyway. I wanted to learn mahjong, and so I just kind of learned like Japanese and mahjong around the same time. Yeah, doing so. How am I going to explain that in Japanese? I give up. Discussion. It's been 11 years. Yeah. You had to dust off the old textbooks. あの時に私、なんという、日本語の VTuber、見てた、勉強、麻雀と日本語の勉強、しました。で、something like that. I don't know. How do I say it at the same time? At the same time? Simultaneously. I'd have to look that up. My Nihongo is not good enough. So. Mahjong VTuber. センバーと、なんという、ルイス、キャンミー、yeah, some other Japanese VTubers I watched back then. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. 楽しいでした。全部はこの、最近に、recently、全部はこの、なんという、本英語翻訳How do I say that? Translated book. Yeah. In English, yeah. Yeah, she had a Senba Korono had a English translated book. 英語翻訳. Yeah. Yeah, I read that recently. Yeah. Okay, yeah, my Japanese vocabulary is done. I can't. My brain is like microwaved right now. My brain is frying. There's an English book coming out. Yeah. So, I guess I'll play another one. Nihongo benkyou no toki? Well... Actually, yes. Yeah, I did also, Nihongo no hon, koro no, senba koro no Nihongo no hon, yomimashita. Ano toki. Yeah. I did that. But also I was saying that she has an English book now. Yeah. Hey, Eloise. What's up? Going all right. Not too bad. Haven't gotten to 4th place. Just like going through the motions right now, though. Not feeling like I'm being like super creative, you know. Like all the. I guess I should have kept another 6 at this point. At this point, it's okay to keep another 6. Just cut two mon or something. Demoted out of Master 1. That's unfortunate. We'll chi here. And 6 mon. Does my me for Japanese still work? Let me check. ME? What's that? Oh, the keyboard? Yeah, Twitch viewers, huh? Yeah. Well, I don't know how to say in Japanese. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Yeah. There's the Twitch viewers here. On the verge of dropping another one too. I cannot win a hand, and every time I'm dealer, someone is summoning a Baimon. Just bad luck, but it's cool. I'll earn it back. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out here. I'm sure you'll bounce back. Don't worry too much about it. I mean, I'm sure like if you like, I mean, you could talk about it with like people in the what is this? In like the Discord. I guess I'll do this. But like also if you mention it like in any other Mahjong community that's playing Mahjong Soul right now. Like if you like, for example, you make like a Reddit post or something, you'll see like plenty of people in like the exact same situation. Oh, Furitan. I missed that one. I didn't see that one. I didn't want to cut it. Hiranai kara Iso? Uso? This sucks. Sayaku. So bad. You're kidding. Oh my god. What the? It passed. I don't know how it happened. But we're alive. Greetings from New York City. I'm also from like New York. Maybe we know each other secretly. I don't know. Oh. Just gotta do it. Goodbye. 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 Iman? Ah, wasn't 2-mon. Wasn't the 2-mon. Dora Tanki ka. Waiting on the Dora Tanki, the Dora pair wait. I see, I see. I would love to teach our new Japanese viewer about news, but right now I don't think I want to do news. Well, actually, it wouldn't be that bad. I'm cutting the door at last. In EWS, north, east, west, south, news. You part of Richinomi? Yeah, I am. I have the Richinomi tag on my Discord. You know, in case anyone wants to join the Discord. I'll just put that up. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, so I am part of Richinomi. I'm representing New York, I guess, in the tournament. I don't know how good of a representative I am, though. Oh. Sure. こっちかな? Maybe this way. Pon. Nice, nice, nice. いい街だ。いい街です。Wanna be polite. Polite 日本語. Oh, okay. I don't think this hand is good enough, actually, for me to, like, really push it. I mean, it sucks to lose, like, half my weight, but, like, I could also just fold here. I think I'm okay with that. I'll cut the north. Image code switching is so smooth. Thank you. I guess I practice. I'm not really sure. Could have won, I guess. To tell you the truth, I always, like, kind of had a knack for, like, the accent part of a language, I guess. Or maybe that's not true. Maybe it's just because I listen to anime so much, but... And I'm also, like, Korean, I guess. Maybe it's just, like, the Asian languages? I don't know. Alright, have a good day at work. Sayonara. Thank you. Yeah, like when my Chinese class I took in high school, everyone else was like really struggling to like have the tones, you know, like it's a tonal language. Like, you know, to say hello, you have to like go up and down like ni hao. Right? It's not ni hao. That's like a completely different word. So, but like I remember I did practice that. I did actually practice that when I was in that class. Like that was something I cared about. Like I cared about the pronunciation. Because I felt like, well, I also thought it was like cool and kind of fun to like, you know, practice. I thought it was like, you know, like I could it felt like an important part of the language, you know. That was that was like tonal, that like every syllable had like its own like tonal shifts. So like I did my best to learn it. And like that ended up becoming like at some point I just like I was good at the pronunciation of Chinese, but I wasn't good at anything else because I just didn't study enough. I just didn't study, and I like wasn't learning any like new like Chinese words or like, you know, grammatical things and stuff. Like you have to study that. You have to like actually like do flashcards and stuff. And I just did it at some point. I like fell behind like a lot when I was you know, as the years went by. So like at some point like I was like the most fluent like in terms of pronunciation like by far, but also I couldn't hold a conversation at all. I couldn't even like try to hold a conversation. I wouldn't be able to understand anything and like have the appropriate response. Yeah, so it was kind of rough. Man, I really should just cut the 3 or 6. This is kind of throwing. This is kind of like yeah. I mean, I'll still keep the 6 just in case I get 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku, and I'll like cut the 1 and 3, I guess. But if they're just gonna give me like also a slightly better weight, then I guess I'll just take it instead. I got the green here. A Japanese host family roasted me for enunciating too much when I spoke Japanese. It's funny. I'm sure you did your best. I'm sure you did your best out there. Yeah. I was learning the Chinese stuff. The only things I did well were like I would end up just like failing the vocabulary tests. But like when it came to like a presentation, I would do well because I'd be able to like come up with it beforehand, you know? I'd be able to like come up with like the speech beforehand and then like practice in my head of like how I'm supposed to say it. You know, I was like pretty good at that. Yeah, really funny because I also was like the kind of kid at the time that didn't really speak much at all. Like people were surprised to hear me speak at all. But it was still something I cared about. The way I sounded was still something I cared about. Nevertheless. That was just, you know, my personality back then. It's different now. It became really, really different really fast. But I still think about, like, you know, those... Or, like, people, like, you know, back when I was in high school, that'd be, like, absolutely shocked to hear that I'm, like, a streamer now. That I'm, like... Or, like, a teacher. Like, any, like, front-facing, like... You know, like, speaking profession. That I'm not just, like, you know, behind a computer in, like, a cubicle. Like, doing, like, programming or something. Yeah, I'm sure there would be a lot of people that are like shocked about that. That's how it goes. It was the same for me in high school. Yeah, words in school. Yeah. And Rico, you also had a similar experience. That's how I was when I was learning English. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was more just like social. I just didn't understand. I just didn't understand people, and also I didn't really like people. That was the truth. That was the truth. I didn't really like people. I didn't hate everyone. I didn't dislike everyone. It was just like there was a lot of people I just didn't really stand or understand. And so I felt like anything I would say, it was just like they would just like hound on me for it. So I just stopped talking. I just stopped talking, and then I got used to not talking. That's how I was. So it's probably different from like some of your experiences, but if you have like that kind of similar experience, I'm sure you'd understand. It's like frustrating. It's like really frustrating to talk with people sometimes. It's going through it all. The ESL classes were crap, I bet. Really broke the barrier when I took phonetics. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how effective. Well, it's like I learned Japanese because I was really into it, you know. So, you know, maybe it's that. I don't know exactly like how effective the language classes really were, like, you know, at face value. But, you know, I've seen and experienced, like, you know, plenty of bad teachers and bad classes, ineffective classes, so who knows. Mr. Asian Panda Zero, hello. Welcome to the stream. What's the hand called with 1, 9, and single of all the Direction Dragon tiles? You're thinking of 13 Orphans? Or Kokushimuso. That one. Pretty cool hand. Yeah. It's the Yakuman. It's one of the most powerful hands in the game. Most valuable hands, anyway. Yeah. It's really cool. I've gotten it a few times. But most of the time when I get 9 9 terminals or honors, I just end up drawing it. I'm just drawing the game. It's not worth the trouble most of the time. Yeah, no problem, no problem. To pawn, I could pawn, and then I'm left with like a 4 tile weight. I think I'm okay with that. And then I'll cut the 3 mon because then I could chi on either side and then wait on the 4-7. Like, yeah, so I haven't said much about the game, but if you notice, by the way, there's 4 Richu sticks on the table and 3 repeats, 3 Honba. So that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points that are in the middle right now, up for grabs. I'll be taking them if they discard another 7-so, or if they discard another 7-so. Not sure if anyone's waiting on 4-7 at this point, except this guy. 5,200 with just sticks, yeah. It's a lot of points. So this is like a Mongon, what I have here. This is 3 Han. It's 5,800. Actually, that's a lot of food, too. 8? 4? No, it's not enough food. Unless I con. Well, sumo. But yeah, so this is 2,000 all, becomes 2,300 all. And then I get 4 sticks on top of that, so that's 6,900 plus 4,000. That's 12,900 I'm getting from this. Dang. Yeah, 12,900, yeah. That is crazy. I'll get that hand once every 3 to 5 games, of course. Yeah. I'm sure if you play a lot of Sanma. I mean, there was a time when Yusong, the YouTuber, for anyone who doesn't know Yusong, Mahjong YouTuber, yeah, little known, yeah, that guy, that he had a collab with Mahjong Jen, who's a Japanese pro but was American born. And I remember her saying that she just like goes for 13 orphans every time. Every time, even when she has 9. And I'm like, huh. That's pretty crazy. Oh, what is this? Is it 3 mon or 3-so here? I think it's 3-so? Because if I get 4... It's next to the door, though. I'll still do 3-so. If I get the 4... That's also still Tempa, yeah. So I didn't need the 3-so. Unless I wanted specifically the Dora. So I made the correct choice. Nice. Hey users 6122, hello. When I was just learning this game, I started spectating throne room games because I want to know how good players played. Khan? Okay, I was about to say, if I got 4 door from that would be nuts. Got 1 door though, not too bad. First game I opened, the dealer I was expecting just got 13 weight, 13 orphans the first stand of that. Holy crap. I mean, the amount of 13 weight, 13 orphans in throne room games, if you check Maj Soul stats, Maj Soul stats is like a, so there's like a fan website to like track like statistics over Mahjong Soul. Like, that's in double digits. Like, the amount of games that had a 13-sided 13 orphans is going to be in double digits, maybe single digits. I don't know. It's really rare. So, wow, that's incredibly lucky to see that one. Uradana, yeah. We'll get it. Yeah, And just getting to reaching Mahjong, seen a lot of your videos and Yusong. Oh, nice. Just curious about playstyle, nothing bad, of course, but does Yusong fold too much? Does he now? Kind of an awkward subject for me to speak upon, like, you know, another content creator's playstyle. But if I, so I'm gonna try and be kind here. I don't want to like, just like, yeah, you suck. You thought you were safe, but I'm about to reveal all your weaknesses on stream. That's not gonna be me. But I will say, I think Yusong is missing a few key skills that could convince him to push more. That's how I would put it. I don't think it's, very helpful to say that like a certain person like pushes too much or folds too much or whatever. It's more about the situations, right? And I have watched Yusong to know enough, I think, that there are some situations where he's just not as familiar, where he does fold when he should push. But that doesn't mean like, well, if you like misconstrue that and then you go into a stream and then expect him and then like, see him fold and then just like, yell at him or whatever. Please don't do that. Because there are also plenty of times where he folds when it's he's supposed to do it. And it's fine. Yeah. So, yeah. No one go out there and start any bad rumors about me. Like starting fights with like other content creators. I don't like that. Not that I would like seriously expect that to happen. I'm just saying, I'm covering my bases here. You never know, right? You never know. Wow. Okay. Tsumo. Okay, well, sometimes you win at Mahjong, and sometimes Mahjong wins for you. But hey, you could say it was partially skill there that I cut the right tiles and kept the 7-9 and the San Menchon 3-sided weight. It wasn't a very difficult skill. I'm sure there's plenty of people that in this chat that could have done the same thing. But hey, yeah, there are people that missed that. And yeah. There are some people, I'm sure. Okay, well, there's definitely people. There's that like one guy, there's that one clip, that one Tenho clip. Tenho being the website, the other Mahjong client like website that people play Mahjong on. But literally this guy got the Tenho. He got the Yakuman where you win on the first draw. Except he called double Ricci instead. He called Ricci instead of Tsumo. And he won via 30-10. Yeah, blessing of heaven is Tenho. Sorry. Yeah. So there have been people out there that have just literally pressed the wrong button. All right, and missed the Yakuman. So never let anyone tell you that Mahjong isn't skill based. All right? Never. Never let anyone tell you that. Ching might have been interesting, but I don't think it's actually that helpful. Yeah. That looks good. I think we'll do this. I want to say your Guess the Cut video with Yoshi was pretty helpful as a beginner. That's good to hear. Especially since I didn't actually, like... I didn't know that video would be helpful or not for beginners. pushing towards gold rooms, so I've been watching as many high-level breakdowns as possible. Yeah, so if you're looking for other YouTubers, Zanzoost Mahjong has like a lot of like intermediate level videos that are also like pretty short. So I definitely recommend those if you're looking to get stronger. Crow 77 also has a bunch. Richinomi has like a bunch of like long lecture style videos. If you need like you know, like a big presentation demonstration of a certain topic like defense. Mr. Feng or Mr. Feng, Feng, that guy has like really high level breakdowns. So if you're maybe that's a little bit, it would be a little bit too complex for like someone just pushing into gold, but they could still be interesting. Who else is out there? Wrath underscore SS. That guy has like a lot of good commentary, and also streams on Twitch, so you can check him out. There's like a whole bunch of Twitch streamers as well. You could find them pretty easily. I'll keep the 2 and 5. I want to cut the 8 and 9 really quick at some point. About to witness the legendary Pa Renshan. 8 repeats. It's a local Yakuman even. Where the dealer wins on 8 repeats and gets a Yakuman. Maybe. I might have hit a record, actually. Hold on. What's my record of... Max repeats 6. Is this... Well, I inherited 3 of them, right? I inherited a few repeats, didn't I? Yeah. But Pa Renshan, yeah. Pa Renshan is a local Yaku where if this one. If the dealer wins 8 repeats, then they get a Yakuman. Yeah, that's it. Their 8th win or 9th win, I guess, is a Yakuman. And we're gonna keep the train rolling. That's it. Yep. At this point, I could just end the game via sumos. It doesn't really matter what I do. Even if I deal into a Yakuman, if I deal into a Yakuman, actually with the Renshan, it's gonna be. I'm still gonna take second, but won't be too bad. Does that still work if the repeats come from no tempai? Yeah. So there are several different rulings on like how that works. For some rule sets where Power Renshan is allowed, like the dealer has to win all those times, or like or it just like has to be that many repeats that the dealer causes, like via tenpai. Or maybe it could be inherited. There's like all sorts of different ways to interpret Power Renshan, but yeah. One is just 8 Homa, yeah. Is Power Renshan a thing in Mahjong Soul? No, it is not. You know what else is not a thing in Mahjong Soul? The American Civil War Yaku. Please add that in. Add that in for our American brethren. I'm sure it won't be confusing at all for anyone who is not American. Yeah, the American Civil War Yakuman. Look it up. It's real. The American Civil War Yakuman. You need a triplet. It's closed only Yakuman. You need a triplet of the South and a triplet of the North. And then you need one suit to spell out 1861, and then another suit to spell out 1865, I think. Those are the years of the American Civil War. And yeah, and then that's a Yakuman. Yeah, that's 14 tiles. Yeah, it's an American Yaku, of course, but it is, you know, it is funny. It is a funny one. That like I think I don't know. I've never heard of a Japanese Mahjong game ever played with American Civil War on. You know, in Japan. I have never heard of that. However, I can't say that it hasn't happened. Because it is on like wikis and stuff. Only Americans would come up with that, yeah. Yeah. You know, they come up with all sorts of stuff for their American Mahjong. 8 Homba Ahoy, yeah, here we go. Let's get this Power Wrench on. Just go for a Tanyao. Not gonna mess around with the Sanshoku. I think 2-3-4 Sanshoku would be better anyway. If I build around this 6, I'm gonna cut the 8 and then the 1. Probably. Still want to keep last stuff because I don't have a tile. I don't have a last block. But actually this Tumon... Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna cut this Tumon early because I want to keep having as many floating tiles as possible for my last block. If the 4-mon comes, I'm going to Chi, and then I'm gonna cut the 8-pin. Otherwise, ooh, this is really tricky now. I mean, the efficiency part isn't tricky. Like, it's this, but... Like, if I cut one of my loose tiles, my floating tiles, I lose a lot of acceptance, is the problem. Well, I guess I don't need the 1-pin anymore. But I'm probably gonna cut something dangerous. I mean, you know, boo-hoo. I'm gonna lose, like, maybe... Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's do this. But yeah, boo-hoo, I'm gonna lose, like, 8 to 12,000 of my 74,000 points. I'm going to starve. If I get this 3-pin, that'd be crazy. All right, sure, that's a pair. We'll take that as a pair. At this point, I think I'm open to just Chiing into Tenpai. I'll Chi anything. I'm only keeping this east because I actually would like a pair. And like I could still reach you off the east pair. Okay. Okay, I could also just go for a Pinfu Ipeko. I wasn't considering that possibility, but it's there. In addition to pawn 4 or 5-pin. Fruity 10 on that, but if it's pawn, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna wait on a 5-pin anyway. There's no way. I have like plenty of other options. And I can wait on 3 6-pin if I cut the 2. If I get into Senpai, that is. What to do here? Well, we know what we're doing, right? Do it this way. Let's not bring attention to ourselves. Like, they might cut something that we can take advantage of. Yeah, meanwhile, I think, like, if we sumo, I think we just kill him. I'm pretty sure we would have just killed him if we sumoed. Actually, Ricci Peen Food Sumo. Oh, that would have been close. Would have been 1,300 all plus 8. So it would have killed. It would have killed. It would have been 2,100 all. South here. Okay. Nine, so okay. Looks good, looks good. So sorry I couldn't win the Power Enchant, guys, but well, I'm gonna check my stats to see if that's like a new record on the max repeats. I don't know like what the criteria for the max repeats thing is in Mahjong Soul. Okay. I think I would appreciate something better than the E-Peiko here. I like the white. Oh, wait, no. I don't think I want to cut the 4 and 5 to a flush, though. So I might just go for a Tanyao. An all simples hand. Yeah, sure. Let's just cut it. 4-mon weight is bad, but I'm playing a little bit defensive here. I guess it doesn't matter, you know. I'm almost never in this position where I'm like, I'm just so far ahead. Like, is it a Yakuman? No, it's fine. Even if they did get a Yakuman, I'd be first. that's how far ahead I am. So yeah, I probably should just like freaking not worry about dealing into anything at this point. Fun. Yeah. At this point, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's nice. It's nice to be in this position. Yeah, well. Sure. Have another pawn candidate, of course. Cut the 3-pin. That's actually a head scratcher. I think the honor pawns here are just like so much better. At the same time, 2 Ryanmen? Yeah, like was I okay with just cutting a Ryanmen there? Anyway, I'm gonna do it. Oh, that was... I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I just pawned on reflex. It still doesn't matter. Oh my god. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Worth for scaring everyone? Yeah, sure. We could justify it like that. This was all part of the plan. Wiki, Weck is on fire. Hello. On the stream, by the way. Feels good over here. Feels good. You're the fakest flush you've ever seen. Could have literally had a flush if I kept the 4 and 5. But yeah, it doesn't even look very good for my weights because this looks like a Sozu flush. It looks like a bamboo flush. So I should have waited on the... You know what would be really funny? If the 6-mon came out right now. And then I could pawn into Toy instead. Which, you know, might even be optimal. That might even be an optimal play. Because then I would have a Mangan and I could like bust out 2 different people on Rome. That might work. That might actually work. That said, I mean, if If Shimucha deals in, like, you know, to anything, to a 3-hunt hand, he's still gonna lose, and I'm gonna cash in this 70,000 point win. This epic cool cat. Tonki is the hero's path. Yeah. It's Tonki on a 4 or 5, so it's... Definitely there were cooler Tonkis I could have waited on.
Come.
Okay. I shouldn't have done that. But, you know, at this point, it just doesn't matter. At this point, it just doesn't matter. The pawn would be hilarious, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hold on to my Ryanmen. This Ryanmen is a little bit too good for me to pass up. Even if all the Sozu tiles are unaccounted for. Very suspicious. But come on. One of them has to be in the wall. One of them that isn't the tile I'm not waiting for. I wouldn't have drawn that anyway if I take that pawn. It's fine. Somehow, finally, get me out of here. And the Khan is actually gonna help me here. This is gonna be 50 Fu. So that's... Yeah. That's gonna be... even more likely now. The game is gonna end very, very soon. Okay, well, we have literally nothing to lose here, so I'm just gonna type news in the chat. See if anyone notices. Wow, even better now that all the Souths are gone. I don't feel bad about throwing the South at all. There we go. Left to lose all my games? How did this happen? I don't know. I've just been, like, talking, and then, like, somehow I've been winning. Like, at the same time. Just kind of been out of it. You know, I'm just letting the Mahjong come to me. Yeah. The disrespect. I'm disrespecting no one. Yeah. Sanshoku, by the way? Sanshoku? Okay, I mean, the only way I can mess this up is, like, dealing into a bunch of dealer bullshit. So you know what? I'm gonna Sakigiri this red, so you don't have a Yakuman for big 3 dragons. That's the only thing I'm really worried about. And then also I just don't want to deal into like some random stuff, just in general, but... okay, 5 so safe, we'll take that. 9 so, you'd have to be waiting on another 7-8 with. I mean, that's possible. 3 so, he discarded a 3 so, then a 5. Okay, well, I'm not cutting that. Not cutting that. Okay. I'm just gonna play it safe, you know. I cheat like just in case I could get a hand. Because I don't think this hand was gonna win anyway else. But yeah. Cut the 1, I guess. So, I'm actually also okay with just holding on to really dangerous tiles for everyone else. Because if I deal into anyone else, it progresses the game. And unless they have like a double Yakuman or something, I'll be fine. I could deal into a Yakuman and still be at first. So we're fine. But you know, don't want to test my luck. No, I do. Everyone remembers last stream. Anything can happen. It's Mahjong. Hey Lisa, welcome back. What the fuck? You're farming them? Yeah. Stuff happened. Almost got powered Enchan. I still don't wanna... My hand is still not I mean, I got rid of my Yaku. I don't have Sanshoku anymore, so... I'm just gonna chill. I'd be kind of shocked if there was the 8-pin here. Like, I honestly feel like the West is more likely than the 8-pin. 5-pin as well. So many 4s are out. 3-pin. Dreamon, I mean. All the 4s are out. All the 6s are out. The 5-pin is literally a Shanpon or Tunky only weight. Triplet or pair. Otherwise, 1-pin is also fine. Also, I have no reason to believe anyone would skip a win on me. Unless this guy is really gunning for first place. That'd be a very Lelouch thing to do. Like, they're down by 60,000 points, but they still are going for the first place win. See? Guys, he had the West. He had the West. He still had it. He was believing the West. And I believed that he could believe in the West. So I'm not gonna cut it though. Wow, he actually was waiting on it? Probably. That was probably him waiting on it and switching to Dora. Yeah, I wasn't gonna cut that. I wasn't gonna give it to you. No way. It's so sure, whatever. Okay, so I think we played enough Mahjong. Let's hold on to these tiles to see if we can like get any of our co-conspirators a Yaku. Unfortunately, the West is not one of them. He gave up on the West. 3-mon? Okay, I'll cut the North now. You need it? Okay, he actually needed it. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay, so Shimacha's also opening up for a hand. Cut the 3 and then the 5. It's possibly could be waiting on a 6. It's not impossible. Or 7? Maybe 7's more likely. What's more likely here? I think 7's more likely. What's 7? Nope. Okay. Probably more likely than that he's waiting on something else. In like Inzu. But I'll cut 6 just in case. Okay, it's definitely not Manzu. Not the 5-pin either. Okay. Alright, I didn't even have to deal into that, but I was thinking of cutting the Aka. I was actually thinking of cutting the Aka just to give to one of them. Because it just doesn't matter. I just want this game to end. And of course I have 3 Dora. Just in case there was any doubts about how this game was going. Look at all this penchant. Gross. I don't need all this penchant. I'm gonna cut one of them. Slam pawn button with what Yaku? I'd have to think about that. I'm banking on East or green. Okay, it's actually, yeah, this is looking good. Oh, maybe at that point it's probably better to cut East or green there. I mean, you know, it really doesn't matter. So yeah, you're right. I could just pawn and then pawn everything and just deflex and then just like have like no Yaku at the end. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like, you're gonna get that Yakuman direct hit Lelouch. You're gonna like flash the Gias on me and deal into your Yakuman. Somehow, I don't think so. Somehow, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I've been wrong before. And I've been right before. Anyway, yeah. It's looking alright. Got our pair and Pinfu. How do I want to react to this? I could still Riichi this. Like, again, unless he has a Yakuman. He needs to have a double Yakuman. I'm such an asshole. Alright, here we go. The Riichi to end all Riichis. We're going for it. 80k, baby. Here we come. Could be 90k. Actually, yeah. I mean, we have a Bagat for sure. It's gonna be 90k. We get this. Ready. We're ready for the hand of despair here. I think they hate you. Well, it's just a game, guys. It's just a game. I might be like, you know, kicking you down and stomping you in the balls and pouring sand in your eyes, but it's still just a game. No hard feelings, right? You know, I mean, he should be thanking me. I'm giving him another Riichi stick. Well, at least last place, from the perspective of last place. Maybe some other people might not appreciate my Riichi. Makes things a little bit more complicated. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Die. Reach, Peen Food, 3 Dora. Do I have one more? I have 2 more. That's the Hanuman. 18,000. Reported. What a beautiful number. Look at that. 197 points gained from that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, what a gain. See, I was just going for the optimal play to gain as many points as I possibly could. I mean, you know, he should be thanking me. I gave him chances for me to deal in. I didn't have to do that. I could have just folded. I could have just folded, and then he would have been in trouble. You know, he would have actually had to win. But, you know, with the sumo. So, from my perspective, I was throwing. But he, you know, he also just didn't get the luck. So, unfortunate for him. Yeah, I already finished the event, by the way. I got all the jobs. I hired every possible worker. And I have no job requests. This is the... I have, like, the whole utopian... freaking like state of affairs in Ichihime's odd jobs. There is no job left to be worked, and thus also no money for anyone, and everyone will starve in a capitalistic society. With that said, I think it's time for Tim end the stream and find someone to raid. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Everyone showing up. A lot of new people, a lot of new faces. Thank you all. Who is playing Mahjong right now? Let's see. There's Call Me Star. Have I watched this person before? I don't think so. Just like quickly check if there's like anyone that I know playing. Like, is it there's someone like, let's see, Dofume's playing, Small Biscuit's playing. I don't think I've rated Dofume before. Started 2 hours ago. I'm sure she'll be playing. Alright, we're gonna re-rating Dofume this time. Have fun, everyone. Thanks for joining us. goodbye. See you next week. Again, I'm not going to be streaming on Saturday because of a tournament. So it'll be a nice. It'll be nice. I'll have plenty of stories to share. Until next time.